Hello, this is John from Tabletop Narrative, and I'm going over a kill team tournament that I just went. I ended up taking my Orks. I was at a Great Escape in Sacramento, which was awesome. And here we go. So this is basically my Ork display board and stuff that I use. And there's my command roster. All of them. This is actually my command roster written down to kind of give you an idea of what I decided. I played 4 or 5 games before, so I'm still kind of new to this, but that is my leader, just to talk about the individual specialist. He has a Scorcha, which is cool. Then I have a veteran, and he has a big choppa. He is a commando knob, which did some work. I have a Berna, which is a zealot. And Bernas are awesome for Orks, for sure. So, and then I have a combat specialist that was a commando. So that round out what I actually used. I had optional ones. So this is a demolition commando. I wanted to maybe use them for the grenades, like D6 grenades that can wound, that are strength 3, but maybe +1 to wound or +2 to wound. Could be powerful. And then I did the same concept with the demolitions for a big shooter to maybe see if I can wound a little bit better on some stuff. I had a comm specialist that was a mech with a rocket. I probably would not take him. I would actually probably take just a boy with a rocket and make him a heavy specialist in the future. And then I had a Luda that was a heavy specialist just to kind of throw them out and see how they use. I haven't used Ludas in these until this tournament. So this is my actual list, my kill team that I ended up just pretty much sticking with for all 3 games. And kind of see what I took there, and this is them all laid out. So, you know, a couple boys, some commandos, Bernas, all that. So tactics-wise or stratagems, I ended up using these quite a bit. So like this one for my veteran, used every game. It's super awesome. Really suggest that it gets used. So and then Daka Daka was the other one I used almost every turn for my Luda. Really did some work. And then this one saved me a couple times actually. So this was clutch and to kind of help keep my guys around. And I used this once. I don't think it went off, but I do see that this could be really, really good, probably used right. So and then at this thing, we used the Kill Team Nova missions. I was really unfamiliar with them, so I was kind of reading all this stuff right when I got there, and so I felt a little rushed, but they're really cool. I like them a lot, actually. And they have secondary missions, which is awesome, and that's what these are right here. And so basically you pick 3 of them for each mission. They do vary, so some missions don't have the ability to take some of these. So it really added another element to it that I thought was really cool. And it kind of balanced it out a little bit. So in my first game, I got paired up against Astra Militarum, a guy named Josh. Beautiful army. He ended up winning overall, I think, the painting thing for it. And this is his display board, which is cool. It folds up, which was awesome, so he could like travel and stuff with it. I thought was pretty cool. And his kill team was, you know, some lots of plasma, flamers, snipers, you know, basically what you see there. So, and this was our mission. So vital supplies, and nothing. I don't think we ended up doing any of the critical supplies. There was going to be some stuff that we missed just because it was kind of new to a lot of us. This is how the board was supposed to be set up, so which we ended up doing. And these were the secondaries I ended up taking. So cut apart, of course, is going to be one for Orks that just works. Gauge in all fronts, which worked, you know, super good. And then called shot, which I ended up getting off, I think, a couple times. And then this was the board, basically, that we were playing on. So I ended up having the side down below here. And you know, my thing was just rush up, and that's what I tried to do. Is just I used my veteran guy to move up. I ran everything, like all that type of stuff, just to try to put some pressure on. He tried to shoot, and he ended up killing, I think, 2 of his plasmas by overheating himself. Like one was on Overwatch, so so it kind of went. He just had bad luck, I think. But the Orks ended up winning this one. So my next one was game 2 versus Tyranids, a guy named Miko. and which is really cool. Tyranids I've never played against, had no idea what they could do. He ended up having like a lictor, I think 2 warriors, and a bunch of gaunts, so which was quite a bit. I ended up playing a little bit defensive more so than I think what I should. This is the mission, that evaluate the find thing. That ended up kind of playing some key roles in there. I forgot about it first turn, and he did it, so he kind of got up on me a little bit. And then that's kind of the board layout. Although we were supposed to go long ways, we ended up doing short ways. And so these are the secondaries that I took. So see, cut apart, of course, proximity alert. And then the last one, which is engage in all fronts, in theory should have worked, but it didn't. So, I mean, he rushed me and just charged all my stuff, and I was kind of stuck in. I couldn't get charges off, and we weren't killing things. So he ended up with more board control, which I think Kill Team is really about, is kind of board control. So, if things would have got a little bit different, it could have been closer. We made a couple mistakes in how we scored stuff, but in the end, he truly won, and so it was a good game. I would take, so this is one thing that I would do, heavy tactic, and I would put it on Rocket Guy, or with a boy, so maybe I could fire another shot with him, so I can get 2 shots. He could run up, and then fire and potentially take care of some of those Tyranids, so like the warriors. So I wouldn't use a mech, I'd maybe use a boy just to save points. Third game was against the, so basically Space Marines. He was a younger kid. His dad was there. So this was really cool to see, like, somebody kind of young learning how to do this. So, and he had some scout snipers. He had some reavers, some intercessors, a couple different things. So, which was all really cool. And we ended up playing this running battle, which is a crazy deployment type, and really made for, like, kind of an odd style game. So as you'll see here in a second, the deployment was on the same board edge, and you deployed in either corners, but then all the objectives were like kind of out there. So these are the secondaries. Obliteration, which we both ended up getting off a little bit. Proximity alert, once again. Engage in all fronts was the last one, which I was able to do for most of them. And you'll see kind of the board layout here too. So I ended up kind of deploying over here, running up, like, I'm trying to get board control. I think maybe a little bit newer, he was staying back a little bit and trying to shoot, but just couldn't quite get it. So it was a good overall game. We were kind of learning a little bit as we goes, but I ended up winning on that one, by controlling objectives and everything. So overall, I'd say it was a great thing. It was super fun. I had a really great time with the Nova missions. I had a great time there too. And it makes me kind of excited about Kill Team. So thank you very much. Once again, this is John from Tabletop Narrative, and I appreciate it. So thanks.